দিয়ে স্বপ্ন যাবে অনেক দূর, হবে না তো বিদেশ বিদেশ করে দিয়ে স্বপ্ন যাবে অনেক দূর, হবে না তো বিদেশ বিদেশ করে দিয়ে স্বপ্ন যাবে অনেক দূর, হবে না তো
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Gardening, Learn and Fun. This is the program where we can all learn a little bit more about gardening and also how to have fun in the garden. And so every week I'll be doing this on a Monday at 7:30, and these episodes will include different segments. So we'll also have a topic that will kind of take presence in the program, and then we'll have a Key Stage 1 and Key Stage 2 segment as well. And at the end, we'll also have a quiz to make sure we're all understanding and are grounded in our knowledge. And every episode, we'll also be having a guest challenge video. And for our guest today, we have Maisha Alom. Hello,
Hi.
Maisha. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. So, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, please, thanks. So, I'm Maisha and I am 11 years old. I have 3 birds. I like gardening, that's why I came here today. And my favorite color is green. Yes, and that's a bit about me.
Well, that's really cool. So, wait, you said you had 2 birds, is that correct?
3 birds.
Oh, 3 birds, sorry. Wow, that is really cool. I never thought about, having a pet. I've always had like pet fish, but having a bird, that is very cool. You must have a lot of fun with them.
Yes, thanks.
So, how about we see just who's with us today very quickly. So, we have Anwar Uncle. So he says, hello, Sophie. Good evening. Good evening to everyone as well. Someone else says, good evening, everyone. So, good evening. Okay, Shirin Akhtar, good evening. Okay. Maisha, you want to read the comment?
Oh, someone said, hello, Maisha, nice to see you in the program, thanks. And someone else also said, hello, everyone.
Okay, so thank you everyone for joining our program. Hopefully we'll have some more people joining in as we go. So Maisha, do you like gardening?
Yes, I like that it has the color green, and I just like flowers in general, how pretty they are.
I agree, and green is also my favorite color as well. So I guess we can kind of relate on that note. So yeah, do you personally like to garden, like in your house, and like do you help your parents in the garden?
Yeah, recently we changed house, moved house. So I don't really do it now, but before I really liked it. It was really fun. Yeah.
I see. It must be hard since you have to kind of restart that whole gardening process once you've moved. So again, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. So Maisha, how about we move on to the first segment of today's program?
Sure.
Okay. So I've prepared a video this week. So last week, if you tuned in for last week's program, I decided to talk a little bit about microgreens, and someone asked me to perhaps prepare a video for it, and that's exactly what I've done. So I'll play a video now to show you how to grow microgreens.
Hi guys, so last week we talked about microgreens. This week I will show you how to grow microgreens. I've conducted some research and based on it I will try to show you the best way to grow them. If you can please share your experiences in the comments, that will be very helpful. So let me explain what I'm trying to do. Here you can see 4 plastic containers which have all been recycled Tupperware containers so that we can be more sustainable in our gardening. So as you can see, the first box has 2 boxes. The first one has holes at the bottom, which I have made with a fork. And the second box is filled with water, which is from rainwater, so we have recycled that. And they are both stacked on top of each other like so that it can be a self-watering system. The next box has a layer of makeup pads at the bottom. And the next box has a layer of tissue paper. And this box has a mixture of sand and compost. This box is just compost, and this one is completely made of sand. As you can see, I also have 6 different seeds prepared. So we have moong dal, linseed, mustard, methi, and we also have cumin, and we also have coriander seeds. So what I will do is put the seeds in each container and water with rainwater. Then I will put the lid on, or if you don't have a lid, you can also use cling film. We'll then keep these on a windowsill, and the results should appear in a few days or weeks. So in the first one, we'll be adding some coriander seeds, as you can see. We're not putting smaller seeds in this one, as they could fall through the holes. The second one I will damp with water, with more rainwater. And this box will have moong dal in it. Make sure to put plenty of seeds, as we will only be harvesting the young leaves, not the full-grown plant. For the tissue container, I will also dampen with rainwater. And to this I'm adding plenty of linseeds. I'm very excited to see the results in about 2 weeks, and hopefully update you next week on the results. Moving on to the sand container, I will add some mustard seeds and make sure to spread them out. For the compost one, I will add methi seeds all over the container. And finally, for the 6th one, I will add cumin seeds. Hopefully we see results of 6 different microgreens in 6 different mediums. For the ones with mustard, methi and cumin, I will add more water to make sure that they have moisture in them. Now I will add the lids and check on them regularly to make sure that they aren't dry. If so, I'll spray with some rainwater. And I should see that they are germinating soon. So thank you so much for watching.
Alright, so that was my video on how to grow microgreens. So Maisha, how did you like that video?
I really liked it. It was very informative.
Oh,
I
I
also do
can't.
have a
I can't
question.
actually hear anything. I
Oh,
can't hear. I think we're having a little bit of a technical difficulty. I'm not able to hear Maisha. Not sure why that's happening. I think we'll have to sort that out.
okay. So I think Sophie's not here. She might come a bit later. But oh,
Okay, can you see me? I think I can hear you now. I think there was a little bit of a technical difficulty. Sorry to everyone at home for that, but I think it's working now. You can hear me fine?
yes.
Okay, and I can hear you. That's all right. So that was my video on microgreens. So how did you find that?
It was really fun. I liked that you could put like lots of information. I also do have a question.
Yeah.
Do you have to like water it certainly, or like?
Yes, so for the ones that have the compost in the sand, it's better to water them here and there to just make sure that they're not dry. But the ones with tissue in them, they usually do hold the water quite well. But I think it's good to check on all of them and make sure that they're all, moisturized and all that. So does anyone at home have any questions? And we'll see if we can answer them. So if the coach Chowdhury says that's a good idea to practically show your audience, keep it up, Safwana. Thank you. Thank you so much. Safwana, you have got presentation skills. Hope to see you on BBC documentary presenter, inshallah. Oh, thank you, Tinku Uncle. Hopefully, maybe one day. If the coach Chowdhury, that's a great great idea. You're practically showing your audience about microgreens. By the way, is methi green bitter? I'm not too sure about that, so I might have to ask around or do a little bit more research on that. So I'm not actually too sure. Looking forward to see the outcome of your experiment on microgreens. Thank you. I'm very excited as well. Hopefully we get some nice plants from it. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Wa alaikum salam. Very nice. Thank you. Really interesting. This is the first time I came to know how microgreen works. Thanks, Safwana. No problem. Okay. Right. Thank you. Okay. All right. So that was like a little bit of an extension from last week of what we had. And so Maisha, I heard you were in a eco club. Is that right?
Yes. In our eco club, it was like something to do with the environment where we could like help it in what we could do in as like a group of people. It was in our school. I started in around year 3. We did many things. We made a bug hotel. It was really fun, and like we got to do like time capsules and bury them, and then we found lots of bugs. It was really fun then.
That sounds really fun. So what made you join your school's eco club?
I just like the fact of like plants and trees and flowers and then being around them, like helping them. It's just like I just like it. I don't know
That
if
is
that's
that's
like
very good. I think that's amazing that you're doing that. I think it's very good that we have young people representing the environment and helping it. And I think you're a very much big role model for because you have your little brother as well. I think it's a very good role model that you have. So we have another question from Anna Uncle. Is there any reason for choosing different environments, for example, soil, sand, for different seedling techniques? Yes, so I think popular to common belief is, contrary to common belief, is that you need soil for to grow things, but in fact, you don't actually need soil, just soil. You can use things like tissue. In terms of the reasoning for choosing different ones, is that different seeds sometimes work better in different environments. So, since I'm not too sure on why each seed needs a different one, I'll have to do a little bit more research on that. But I did kind of want to see how different microgreens would grow in different mediums. So that's kind of why I chose the different environments for it. And he also says, I will do the same experiment and let's see how it works for me. I think you should. I think it's very interesting. Definitely, I will do microgreen with Inai this winter. I think it's a very good option since you can do it indoors. So it's very cold outside, right, Maisha? Very cold.
yes.
Yes, it's starting to get very cold. Do you know the health benefits of microgreens? What are those benefits? So last episode, I talked a little bit about microgreens, and I also included the health benefits of that. So if you watched last episode, you would know, but I could just do a little refresh. So microgreens are packed with a lot of healthy nutrients like phosphorus and phosphates and stuff like that, and it's very good. It also has a lot of antioxidant properties. So yeah, and they're just a genuinely good, rich green vegetable to have in your diets. All right, so Maisha, how about we move on to your segment of today? I heard that you prepared a presentation, so how about we start that?
Okay, sure.
Mm.
So my presentation is about the shy plant. Yes. So firstly, you might want to know a bit about me, although I've introduced myself already. But I'm 11 years old. I have 3 budgies, which are a type of bird. You can see in the corner there's a picture of them. I love drawing and painting and doing clay art. My favorite color is green. I just wanted to talk about shy plants because I just love plants and it's amazing and it's so different from other plants.
Mm.
So I wish I could sometimes be like it and sometimes I feel like it.
I think that's very cool. So thank you for sharing that. Just to interrupt a little bit, I think you have a few questions. There's a few questions for Maisha, so I think they're on the screen, Maisha, if you'd like to read those.
Okay, so Maisha, what vegetable do you like the most? I'm not sure. I really like cucumbers and
Mm.
potatoes, but maybe potatoes the most. I like that
Yeah.
you can make it into lots of different foods.
Mm. I agree. It's a lot of variety.
Maisha, what is this eco thing? Please help me understand, will you please? Sure. So the eco thing was a club, sometimes after school, sometimes at lunchtime, that we did where about the environment, like maybe we had like a meeting with other people seeing like what we could do about it. Maybe we could, I don't know, make like plant more trees. We just talked about that. And then if we had time, maybe on the next day we could do that. And that's like what's this all about. Masha, what inspired you to get involved in gardening? Um, I just started liking it because I just like the beautiful colors in it, like in flowers, like I don't know, purple flowers, red roses, stuff like that. That's why I liked it.
Mm.
Can you show the birds to the audience? Sure, I can. I'll get that now. So here are my birds. I'll just move it.
Oh wow, I'm very intrigued. I actually haven't seen these birds, so oh wow.
Birds. That one, the yellow one's Star, the grey one's Butter. I just don't know why it's that's name, but like I just liked it. And the blue one's Sky.
Oh
And
wow, they are beautiful.
Thank you.
I think Butter is a very cute name.
Thanks. He is the youngest too.
Oh, that is so nice. So wait, how did you end up getting these budgies?
Yes.
So how did you end up getting these budgies? Did you get them as like a gift or?
I just really liked animals. So first I had a hamster, but sadly she died. And then after that, I really wanted another pet. And then my dad got me 3 budgies. I actually had 5, but then 2 of them sadly died. But now I had 3.
Oh,
Really cute. I really love them.
they're very nice. Okay, so how about we go on to the next slide?
So you might be thinking, what? Why did I do shy plant? What's so special about it? So the actual thing about shy plants, it's special because of their unique ability to fold their leaves and drooping it down to make its appearance look sick or dead. Scientists don't know why they do this. Like they haven't discovered it because there's no real reason. The predators it doesn't really match up. And the amazing thing, it only takes around a second to close. Just touch it and it will close.
That's so cool. Wow, I think I've seen some of these plants before in like sort of gardening exhibitions, I think. They're very cool. They're very fascinating. I'm glad you picked this plant to talk about. Very interesting. Okay, so should we see if anyone has any questions about shy plants? I'm not sure if anyone's asking any questions about these shy plants, but we can just answer a few questions anyways. So I think some people have some questions about your birds. Would you like to answer those?
Oh, sure. So, Maisha, is your family who do the gardening the most? Not really, but sometimes like there's occasionally in a summer we're like, okay, let's do it now. It's really fun. I just love it. Like we had like lots of plants. They were really nice, and it's really nice to see them grow over a period of time.
Mm.
Maisha, is your birds eco-friendly? Yes. They just stay in their cage. They do the normal bird things. They sleep, they eat, and all sort of that. They look beautiful. Do they make noise during your sleeping time? No, not really. They normally stay downstairs, but anyways, they sleep at the if not earlier than us, like maybe at 7 or 8. So, but in the morning, it's like, I don't know, a concert downstairs of them singing.
That must be nice though, waking up to, some birds singing. That's quite nice.
Yes.
Okay, so how about we move on with the presentation?
Yeah. So the shy plant has over 10 English names. Well, 10
Wow.
English names, official ones. Firstly, I would like to say the Latin name is actually Mimosa pudica, but here are the English names: shy plant, sensitive plant, touch me not, humble plant, tickle me plant, sleepy plant, action plant, bashful plant. Now that's a lot of names for one plant.
That is quite a lot of names. Wow. I think whoever started naming them must have had a lot of fun. That's quite a
Yes.
lot. Okay. So are we going on to the next slide? Okay.
So the predator, the shy plant has many predators. Well, not many actually. There's only 4 predators known to man. The first one, Acacia psilid, which looks like a wasp, but it doesn't sting. The second one is Mimosa webworm. It behaves like a spider. It chokes the shy plants with its web and then eats it. And later on in its life, it can also turn into a butterfly. The third one is spider mite, a common plant eater, and as its name suggests, obviously looks like a tiny spider. And the fourth one, last but not least, is carpenter worm. Although it looks quite like I can't really see that.
Oh, I think the comment is covering it a
It
little
looks
bit.
kind of like a caterpillar, but it doesn't turn into a butterfly later. I think that's what it is. Yes.
All right, that is very interesting. Very interesting to see like the different predators that plant can have, especially since it closes with touch and it's like a sensitive plant. It's very interesting to see.
Yeah.
Wow, that is very cool. I wonder if anyone has any questions for Maisha about the shy plant. Bengali name for shy plant is Lojjaboti. Am I right? Oh,
I
think
so, because
yeah.
I remember with my mum I talked about it and she did say it's that, I think.
I mean, it seems like it because Lodja is like shy.
Yes.
So yeah, my mum or Daisy Saeed says touch me not or Lodjabutti same plant. Yeah. So that's what she says. So Nupur and Hero, or my auntie, says we got to learn a lot about shy plant. Thank you, Maisha. Okay, now Myra wants to get one. Oh wow. Okay. So I think there's still a little bit more to the slide, is there?
Yes, I think there was like 2 more.
Okay. Let's go to the next.
So the Mimosa pudica always has like place to stay where it can like thrive the most, and that is in the American forest near the equator because it's really warm, dense, like really dense and damp like that. They like those temperatures, so that's why they live there. They are also really sensitive to cold temperatures, like its name might suggest. They only bloom in summer. They can also be found in Asian countries, including Bangladesh, which a lot of people might have asked.
Oh, that is very cool. I wonder if anyone who's watching has seen these shy plants, maybe in Bangladesh before, since a lot of us are Bangladeshi, maybe all of us. Can we do bhadi or butta of shy plant? Maisha, do you think we can eat shy plants?
I'm not sure actually.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about that one either. It's quite obscure. Maisha, you want to read some of the comments?
Okay. Can we grow a shy plant in the UK? I mean, if you take good care of it, I guess it would. But like, if you don't really, I don't think it would thrive. It might just like die. You might want to have it in a greenhouse or something. Have you seen this shy plant in Bangladesh? I've seen things that look like it, but I actually never really realized and tried to touch it. So I'm not sure if they're actually shy plant.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen one either.
Do you need extra care for shy plants, Maisha? Depends on where you live. Maybe if you were in Bangladesh, less because of the temperatures, the heat, and the habitat. But in UK, maybe a bit more because it's cold and like a bit different.
I think there's one question for me on microgreens. So Ariful Islam says, Safwana, how often can you harvest microgreens? So microgreens usually take about 1 to 3 weeks to kind of grow fully. So it really depends on the type of microgreen you have. Some of them grow a little bit quicker than others. So yeah, I would say 1 to 3 weeks of growth. Okay, so oh, I think there's another question about shy plants for you, Maisha.
Oh, I did see shy plant in UK. In Bangladesh when I was little, it used to be my favorite plant. We had lots in our front garden. Reminds me of childhood today. Oh, that's really nice. You had lots in your front garden. That would be
Yeah.
really fun to touch it all day.
Oh, I have a little bit of a question for you as well. So since you can touch the plant and it closes up, do you think like you could get maybe like allergies to the plant? You know, is it safe to like touch it?
Um, I'm not really sure. Maybe, I guess if you could get one, but since you don't really touch it that much, if you just have a light touch, it already closes because it's so
Yeah.
sensitive. But maybe you could get an allergy, I
Mm.
guess.
Yeah, I guess everyone at home just be a little bit careful with your plants since you never know, you could have an allergic reaction. So I think there's another question for you, Maisha.
Oh, do you have any plan to keep one shy plant at your home? Is this available in the garden center? I don't know about if it, I've never seen one in the garden center, but I would really want one in my house. It would be really fun, although it's like kind of hard to maintain in the UK.
Yeah, that's true. The UK is very dry, very dry.
You can see shy plants in Kew Garden. Oh, wait, really? I want to go there now. That's fun. How tall it can grow? I think it was 5 feet that it can grow. Um, I think around that place. We have seen shy plants in Eden Project. Oh, I went there, but I've never seen it. I mean, I didn't realize it, but if you have realized it, that's cool. I bought a shy plant from Bangladesh, but it doesn't survive. Yeah, I get it. It does make sense.
Yeah. Okay, so how about we continue with the presentation? Thank you everyone again for all your nice comments and questions.
So, after looking at this presentation, you might probably know quite a lot of shy plant about the shy plant, and um, now you know that a plant can actually move, and plants don't always stay like still. So yeah.
That's amazing. I'm really glad you decided to talk about this plant. You know, I think it needs to be talked about a little bit more, and it definitely brings a little bit of fun into gardening and kind of plant science since it's very much an interactive plant. So I'm glad you presented that so nicely.
Thank you.
So how about we move on to our Key Stage 1 segment of today's program? Okay, so today I've chosen for Key Stage 1 to do a little bit about strawberries. So I'm going to go into the next slide. So today we've decided to talk about the life cycle of a strawberry, and the reason I picked a strawberry for today is because they are in season and they're slowly starting to get out, but currently they are in season. So if you want to grow some strawberries, now would be a pretty good time. So yeah, this is about how a strawberry starts from a little tiny seed and develops into this beautiful fruit. So let's go to the next slide. So step 1 is the most obvious part is planting your seeds. So what you do is you prepare your soil and you plant your seeds, and this is the first step in the life cycle of what becomes a strawberry. And so step 2 on the next slide. On the next slide, for step 2, So once your seeds have been planted into the soil in the right conditions with moisture and making sure that they have a good moist environment to grow in, the germination process starts to begin. So this is a very big word, and some of you might not know what this word means, but it essentially means when the seed opens up its coat and the roots start to grow downwards and the shoots start to go up. This will produce a kind of sprout or seedling with leaves. And as you can see in the next photo, it's a little tiny seedling. So step 3, once you take care of this plant and you make sure you give it all of the love and care, the TLC, and you make sure you water it, it will develop into a nice strawberry plant. So as you can see in this picture, it has quite spiky leaves on the edges and it's quite distinct. And if you see a strawberry plant, you'll be able to see it. And they have these little things called runners, and they kind of run down the plant. So it's very cool. And eventually, if you take care of your plant enough, they will grow these beautiful white flowers, which will eventually grow into something very exciting, which on the next slide, the step 4. Okay, these flowers that you saw in the last slide will develop into the strawberries. So it's very interesting and it's a very complex process, but the flowers actually become the fruit. And I don't think a lot of people who are young kind of know that. So yeah, it's very interesting. The flower actually turns into the fruit. And so you can see on the green picture where the strawberries are green because they're not ripe. And on the next picture, you can see what you might call a strawberry. So yeah, and the final step in a strawberry's lifetime, once you can finally harvest those strawberries, you can put them into yummy, yummy desserts such as strawberry cheesecake or just normal cake, or you can just eat strawberries on its own. You can have them with sugar, and maybe you can even make jam, strawberry jam. Or you can harvest these strawberries and take off the little tiny seeds from the strawberries. And so these seeds that from the strawberries can be used to plant even more seeds, which will take us back all the way to step 1, and the life cycle of the strawberry can begin again. And this is why we call it a cycle, since it keeps going and going around in a circle. So that was kind of the life cycle of a strawberry. So Maisha, what do you think about strawberries? Do you like them?
Yes, I really like the sweetness. I like the kind of texture in the middle.
So what's your favorite kind of strawberry dish? Have you ever had a dish with strawberries in them?
I don't really, maybe not with desserts, maybe by itself, maybe with a little bit of chocolate with it.
Ooh, yes. You know, they call the lover's dessert is the strawberries with chocolate. It's very, very nice. Very nice combination. And personally, I quite like strawberry jam. I also like raspberry jam, but personally, I like strawberry jam. So everyone at home, what do you guys think about strawberries? And also, I have a fun little fact about strawberries. So, Maisha, have you noticed something different about the seeds on a strawberry?
I just know maybe, is it like, it's not really inside the strawberry itself, it's outside of the strawberry?
That is precisely what I was about to say. So the seeds on a strawberry are on the outside, which is kind of crazy, because usually the seeds are on the inside. So, for example, a pumpkin, the seeds are all in the inside. Cucumber, the seeds are in the inside. Lao, the seeds are on the inside. Raspberries, even bananas, all the seeds are in the inside. And so it's very interesting that strawberries have seeds on the outside. So it's a fun fact. And why they have seeds on the outside, I'm not too sure. So if you guys want to know that, I'll make sure to do a little bit more research on why that is and let you guys know maybe in the next episode. So Anwar H. Khan, Anwar Uncle says, nice to see the life cycle of a strawberry. Thank you. Really great program. Thank you so much for everyone watching. Kantanti, nice program. Thank you. Thank you everyone for watching. My kids love strawberries. Yes, I think strawberries are a delicious fruit. Very, very nice. I think most people like strawberries. Anwar Uncle says, without the process of seedling, how can we grow a strawberry plant? So What you can do actually is if you already have a strawberry plant, then what you can do is they have this process of these runners, and if you cut off the runners in a plant, you can actually use propagation to grow more strawberry plants. And so, let's say you have a friend who likes to garden and they happen to have some strawberries, and you ask them, "Hey, these strawberries are very cool. Do you mind if I take a runner and grow my own?" Maybe they'll be nice enough to let you. And another way is obviously you can buy strawberries, which is not ideal since they come with a lot of plastic, which is not very sustainable and good for the environment. But if you must, you can always go and get strawberries and take off the seeds. And you can put these seeds on tissue paper and dry them out and make sure they're dry and put them in the sun. And you can use these to plant some strawberry plants as well. So MK Jelani says Zishan likes strawberry. Oh, well, that's very nice. I like strawberries too. And you also say nice program. Thank you for that. Iqbal Hussain say, I'm a big fan of the host, learning from you. Thanks so much. Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this and can tune in for the next episode. Good afternoon, Safwana and Maisha. I missed starting due to conflict of timing as I'm observing from office. Oh, thank you so much for even watching from the office. That's so nice. And don't worry, you can always catch up afterwards if you want to watch the beginning. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Okay, so that was the Key Stage 1 program. So I hope all of your kids at home were watching. And if any of your kids would like to come onto this program next and be a guest in any of the future episodes, make sure to leave a comment and contact us if you really want to be part of it. So, Maisha, I heard you have prepared a challenge video. So every episode will always have a challenge video by the guest. And so last week we had Jaquan do his, and this week Maisha has prepared hers. So how about we watch that? Is that all right?
Yes, sure.
Okay, play that now.
Hello, I'm doing a challenge with my mum here, and whoever wins gets this big box of celebration sweets. Yum yum. The challenge is that there's A to Z written on this piece of paper, as you can see over here. For each letter, we have to write a plant or a gardening tool starting with that letter. Whoever gets the most wins the box of celebration sweets. So, without further ado, let's start with 3 minutes each. So, now let's read out the answers. Do you want to start, Mom?
Yeah. আমি কিন্তু বেশি ফ্রুটসের নাম লিখছি, হ্যাঁ?
Okay.
Instead plant we can write it. So, এতে আমি আপেল লিখেছি. Is it right?
Yes.
Is it okay? Okay. And then বিতে আমাদের বেলি ফুল আছে.
Yes.
বেলি ফুল লিখেছি. সিতে ক্যারট. জিতে ডালিয়া. EFGH কিছু পারি নাই. Then জিতে লিখেছি জ্যাকফ্রুট. L for lemon. M for marigold. And you know the P for plant pot. And then R for rose. And S for succulent. And T for togor fool. And the last one is W for water pot. So how many I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I said L for lemon. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
13. So,
Yeah.
let's see how many I got. A for aloe vera, B for begonia, D for dahlia, E for elephant ear, F for foxglove. I missed G, so for H I got hydrangea, I for ice plant, J and K I missed, L for Lao, M for marigold, N I missed, O I did something that I don't think would count. It was orange tomato, but that's just a colour. P for plant pot, Q I missed, R I got rose, S I got strawberry plant, T U V W X I missed. For Y I got U, like the tree, and Z I missed. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Oh.
14. So I got one more. So I think I win.
Yeah.
It was fair. Thank
Is it
you.
fair?
Yeah, they look really good. But I'm gonna share since I'm gonna be nice. Let's see. My favorite chocolate is Twix.
And my one is Snickers.
Thank you for watching. Bye.
All right, so I think I might have to rejoin quickly just because I'm not able to hear after the. Okay, I should be able to hear now, and I think I am. So that was a really nice challenge video, Maisha.
And thank you.
I did get to watch that before it kind of messed up my video a little bit, but no worries. That was very nice. I think it was a very nice challenge that you did. It changed it up a little bit from what we had last week. So you had a kind of a challenge with your mum. So that was very nice, and you're outside in your garden. Oh, it must have been a little bit chilly outside, right?
Yes, but we did it like at a time it was kind of warm, but it was fun.
That's good. So you definitely enjoyed those chocolates, and I'm really glad you shared them as well. That's very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so does anyone have any questions? Let's just see who's watching and also if anyone has questions. So Honor Uncle says strawberry can also be used for decorating the cake and other desserts. Yes, that's true. You can put them on top of cakes. Very nice. Mukul Uncle says, sorry, just came home, missed the beginning of the program. You're doing a great job. Thank you so much. And no worries. So I think this comment's for Maisha.
Okay, so love the challenge. Thank you. Can we grow strawberry on the windowsill? I guess that's for you.
So I'm not too sure about this one. I think because it's a very small plant, I think you might be able to. But I'm not too sure, so I might have to do a little bit more research on that, on how to grow strawberries. Maybe we could do a topic program segment for strawberries one day and like how to grow them and their nutritional value. So we'll see.
Okay, well done. Thank you.
Can the audience help me find a fruit or vegetable starting with X? Oh, Maisha, do you have any idea?
Actually, no.
X, that is a very, very odd letter to have a fruit or vegetable with. Very interesting.
Maisha, do your parents like gardening? Yes. I help them. It's really fun. They like find lots of seeds for plants and we grow them, and it's really fun.
All right, I think we should move on to the Key Stage 2 program since we're running a little bit low on time. So how about we move on to Key Stage 2? Is that all right?
Yep.
All right, so Key Stage 2 today, for our Key Stage 2 segment, we're doing what do plants need to grow? So, as you know, plants are very, very delicate creatures. Just like us humans, they take a lot of maintenance and make sure that they have everything they need to grow, just like us. So, every single plant, like this one here, will need something, these things to help them stay alive. And so, the next slide will show you one of them. Water. So I think everyone kind of knows that water is a very big thing. And just like humans, whose body is almost 75% water, and we need to drink a lot of water to stay healthy, so do plants. And so you might think that plants are, kind of not like us, but they are kind of. They are living creatures and they need water to survive. And the reason why they need water is because of a process called photosynthesis. Now, this is a very big word again, and you don't really need to know what it means right now if you're in Key Stage 2, but the main thing is that photosynthesis helps make food for the plants to survive. So just like us, they need food as well, and the water helps them make that. And so they take up the water from the roots and it goes throughout the whole plant and goes out through the leaves into the air. And it's like a constant cycle of water. So that's why plants need water, and different plants need different amounts of water, just to make that aware. So yeah, and another thing that plants need to grow is on the next slide. Oh wait, sorry, I was just going to move on to this as well. So everyone who's watching, and even Maisha, you can also take part, is what do you think has happened to this plant? Does anyone know what happens to this plant? See if anyone knows in the comments. It's all right if you don't know, but let's just wait a little bit to see if anyone knows what we call this when a plant has this. Lack of water. Yes, that is precisely what has happened to this plant. It doesn't have enough water. And so we call this wilting, and the plant has wilted. So Sai Suwon, or my dad, says dehydrating. Yes. So dehydrating is perhaps a little bit of a big word for you if you don't know that. It just means that it doesn't have enough water as well. So the plant has wilted. We call it wilting. And this happens because of a lack of water, like our uncle said. So this is what happens if you don't have water. So it's very dangerous, and it shows how important water is. So the next slide will show another component. Jaquan also says maybe too much or less water. That's right. So another misconception is that you can't have too much water, but you can. A lot of plants do have a drowning mechanism, which happens when there's too much water, and the cells of the plant kind of get a little bit too big and they kind of fall over. So our next component that plants need is sunlight. So as everyone knows, sunlight is obviously a very important thing for us humans as well. It gives us day and it gives us night when it goes down. So during the day, plants do what I said earlier, photosynthesis. And the reason why they only do it in daytime is because they need sunlight. And the reason why is because, think about it, what color is almost every plant? Maisha, do you know what color is almost every plant?
Green, my favorite color.
Yes, precisely, your favorite color, green. And you might be thinking, why are plants green? And it's a little bit complicated, but to put it in simple words, they have a special pigment or a special little chemical known as chlorophyll. Very big word, you don't really need to know it. But what this does is it absorbs all the sunlight from the sky during the daytime, and it helps to kind of cook its food, I guess you could say. It kind of cooks the food for itself inside of the plant. And so that's why it needs sunlight, so it can use its food and make its food. And this is why plants don't do it at nighttime, since there is no sun at nighttime. So yeah, it's very complicated, but it's very interesting to learn about. All right, so the next slide is suitable temperature. So you might think it's a little bit obscure. You might not have thought of this as something that plants need, but a suitable temperature is very important. So it can't be too hot to the point where the plant cannot even breathe. Just like humans, we can't really survive in very, 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 very hot temperatures. And for plants, it's a little bit more sensitive. So, like I said, plants have a lot of processes, just like us humans. So, what do? We digest food, we breathe, and we eat and we sleep. And all these processes require a lot of energy. And just like in plants, plants also use energy and have processes like photosynthesis. And with these, they have something called enzymes, which are special chemicals inside the plant that help them. However, these enzymes only work in a perfect temperature. And if it's too hot, then the enzymes can't do its job and the plant won't survive. And if it's too cold, the enzymes also won't do their job and the plant won't survive. So it has to be just right, kind of like Goldilocks, where she's like, it's too hot, it's too cold, but the middle one is just right, just like Goldilocks. So yeah, plants are very picky with their temperature. All right, so we'll move on to the next slide. Nutrients. So this is a very big one, and a lot of people forget about this one. So if you go to the shops and maybe it's Valentine's Day, maybe it's your anniversary, or maybe you're just thinking, my vase needs some new flowers. And so you go to the shops and you buy a big bouquet of flowers from the front. Usually they have them during Valentine's Day, like out on the front. They have lots and lots of bouquets. And you pick one out and it comes with a little green packet. And you might be thinking, why does it come with this green packet? Well, this is very important because it's filled with nutrients. And common nutrients for plants are NPK fertilizers. And this is quite a big word. You might not know what NPK is, but it's the different chemical elements that are required for basic kind of plant functions. So basically, they can't survive without these elements and chemicals. So the N is for I've completely forgotten now, nitrogen, and P is for phosphorus, and K is for potassium. And so these are very, very important chemicals for it. Okay, so they also get these nutrients from the soil, just like they take up water. They also take nutrients from the soil. And they do this in the roots. So if you watched last week's episode, you would know the structure of a flower. And all the roots are at the bottom. And they kind of web out, kind of like spider web. They web out and they take up as much of the nutrients and water as they can. And so, yeah, and this helps them to breathe and to make food. It's very important. Okay, so in the next slide. Okay, so this is the quiz portion of today. So quickly before we start the quiz, I just want to check if anyone has any questions. So not enough water, says Elmira. Yes, so the picture that I showed with the plant wilting is not enough water. That's right. Wahida Khanum Irin says it's a very informative program. Oh, thank you so much. I'm trying to make it as kind of understandable as possible. It's quite complicated stuff, but I'm trying to make it very simple. Jaquan, what is the difference between rainwater versus tap water? This is a very good question. So in my first video of today's segment, I showed using rainwater, and the difference is just that it's a lot more sustainable to use rainwater. So if you have a water tank in your house, in your garden, it's very good because it traps all of the rainwater and it captures the rain. And this is so that you don't waste kind of the water in your taps, because it takes a lot of energy and a lot of resources and money to clean water and to put it in our taps. So by using rainwater, we're recycling and it's very good to use. I love this program very much. I'm surprised to see both of you. How do you know and learn about gardening? Very impressive knowledge about gardening. So Maisha, how did you kind of learn about plants and gardening?
Maybe around, like, I learned it from my parents, friends, family and like school. I just like in school, in like nursery we had like tree booklets of like it growing and we could write and draw in it. Oh, and
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt, but
Mhm.
when you were talking about the nutrients and when you buy a bouquet of flowers, the like little packet, if you had like lots of them and then you gave them continuously, would they like last for like longer, like around to a month or longer?
Yes, so since buying bouquets of flowers are very tricky since they've been cut and it's quite hard to, take care of them, it's very important that you have a lot of these nutrients. And I think that if you continuously use these nutrients, it will definitely help them stay healthy and make sure they don't, change colors and make sure they don't fall off. It's very important to have these nutrients. So yeah, I think that using them and maybe using them a little bit more regularly is a good idea. Hey, this is Jacqueline. I really like the show and hope other kids will enjoy. Yes. So Jacqueline was our last guest. He did a very good job last week. Thank you for watching this one. Farzana Rumal says, outstanding presentation. Very good job. Thank you. Salma Hassan says, I think this is the best program of BGS. Very well done to both of you. Zaid says, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I'm sure like a lot of the other programs are very good as well. So make sure you watch a lot of the other BGS programs as well as ours. But thank you to Zaid as well. Maisha, this is a question.
Oh, Maisha, what will you plant next year in your garden? I'm not sure, but I really wanted like one section of the garden to be full of like just flowers and like
Ooh.
something that smells good, like I don't know, and something big like hydrangeas. Yeah.
Oh yes, hydrangeas. Yes, I think that'll be very nice to have a lot of flowers. Umaira says, I'm enjoying this program. Thank you, Umaira, for watching. Tinku Uncle says, I'm having my botany revision. Photosynthesis is amazing. Yes, I think photosynthesis is very, very cool. It's kind of the opposite of what we do in humans, so it's quite cool. Jaquan, Maisha, welcome to the show. What is your favorite vegetables and why? Maisha?
My favorite vegetable is potato because you can make it into lots of foods, and it's really cool how you can make just one potato can go into like so many different foods, and like a lot of them I really like, so that's why I like them.
Yeah, that's very nice. Okay, so I think we're a bit over time, but let's quickly do our quiz for today's program. All right, so how this quiz will work is there'll be 5 different questions and 4 options for the questions. And so me and Maisha will take turns reading this. And so, yeah, I'll read the first question. Let's go. What color are strawberry flowers? Is it A, red, B, white, C, purple, or D, pink? So Maisha, could you count down from 10 for us?
Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, 0.
Yes, so I can see a lot of people have already put their answers in, and we'll give everyone a little bit more time. But Harry said white. Okay, we're getting a lot of answers for B, white. Okay, B. Okay, seems like everyone's putting B. Someone says A. Okay, B. All right, so I think that's enough time, and I'm going to reveal the answer. So the answer is B, white. So if you saw the last few slides in the Key Stage 1 part, you would have seen that strawberries have beautiful white flowers which turn into the strawberries. And so, yeah, they are white and not red. You can get a little bit confused since strawberries are red. So you might think, wait, so why aren't the flowers red? But it's a very interesting process. So yeah, that was the first question. So well done to everyone who got that one right. Let's go on to the next question. Maisha, do you want to read this question?
Okay, thank you. What happens to plants if they don't have enough water? A. Turn blue. B. Crumble. C. Crumble into dust. D. Wilt downwards.
All right, so I'll count down from 10 so you can put your answers. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so give them a little bit more time to get these answers into the comments. So I see a lot of people saying D and B and D. Wilt downwards. Okay. A lot of people are saying D, and the correct answer is D, wilt downwards. And I think I might have made a little bit of a tiny mistake in this question. I think B was supposed to be something else. But if you did put crumble, I guess you are a little bit right, because if a plant is very, very, very dehydrated, then it can actually become quite crispy and crunchy. So if you put B, I'll also give you the right answer as well. So yeah, it's also D. D and B I'll choose as the right answers. It doesn't turn blue. I don't think plants do that. I think only humans do that, but yeah. And it doesn't crumble into a dust. That would be a bit scary, right? Okay, so let's go on to the next question. What 4 things do plants need to grow? Is it A, soil, water, shade, and the cold? Is it B, soil, heat, shade, and a pot? Is it C, water, suitable temperature, nutrients, and sunlight? Or is it D, sunlight, nutrients, soil, and love? So you have 10 seconds. Maisha, would you like to count down?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 0.
So a lot of people have said C, and the correct answer is C. Yes, the correct answer is C. So well done to everyone who put C. Umara and Nasaiba say C. It seems like everyone's putting C. That is very good. So again, contrary to popular belief, you do not need soil to grow plants. So just like this plant I have in front of me, I use tissue for this plant. And so you don't need soil for the plant. And the last one is a little bit funny, and you need love. I guess plants do need love, so make sure you put love to your plants as well. You could kind of add that with C as well. So yeah, let's go on to the next question. So well done to everyone. Yeah, plants need love too. I agree. I think is there not one more question? I think there's 2 more questions. It's all right. I don't think the 2 last questions are on this one. I think we'll just move on to our final one. So those were our 3 questions. So thank you so much for everyone for participating in that quiz. I really hope you enjoyed that quiz. And quickly, to just finish off, I'm going to talk a little bit about what you can do currently in the garden. Since it's autumn and the seasons are changing and it's October now, you can grow different things in your garden. And first of all, you might think you don't really want to be in your garden too much since it's very cold. So now would be a really good time to plan your garden out and plan the design of your garden and what you want to grow. Kind of write it down and plan it out, make a little drawing to see what you want your garden to look like next year. And another thing is also you can grow a lot of different things. So you can have apples, potatoes, blackberries, onions. It's very important to know what fruits and vegetables you can grow in this time. And finally, you can also start to clear up all of those crunchy orange leaves that are starting to fall. And so make sure you're cleaning your garden and make sure it looks nice by clearing those away. And I'm sure you can have a lot of fun as well by jumping in piles of leaves with your friends at school. I think that would be quite fun. So yeah, that was our program of today. So Maisha, how did you find today's program?
At first I was kind of nervous, but after when I did it, it was really fun, like participating, because since I like gardening, I got to talk about it, which was really fun. I liked it. I really enjoyed it. That I could learn something new. So that's how I felt about today's program.
Well, I'm really glad that you joined us today and you also enjoyed it. Let's see if everyone else at home enjoys it. So nice program, says Master Akhtar. Thank you so much. I'm sure we've worked really hard, especially Maisha, since she's done all this research on chai plants and she went out of her way to make a challenge as well with her mum. And so thank you so much, Maisha, for all your hard work for today's program.
No problem. Thank you too.
So Shorkamuka says, Swan aside, you have taken BGS in addition level. Well done. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you think so. I throw leaves at school like it is raining leaves. That must be so fun. I miss going to primary school and messing around with my friends. Now I have to study, but I wish I could mess around with my friends in the leaves now. Must be very fun. So that was our program for today. So wonderful program. Thank you both, Safwan and Maisha. You're welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Well done. Thank you so much. So I guess we'll have to end our program here. Again, Maisha, I really want to thank you for joining us today. And thank you to everyone watching at home and commenting, very nice comments and asking questions and participating. Hopefully we answered all your questions and comments. And again, if any of you kids at home that are watching want to participate in the next program, make sure to contact us so that we can get you on this program as soon as possible. So yeah, that was our program and I hope everyone enjoyed. So thank you everyone for watching.
BGS করে BGS স্বপ্ন যাবে অনেক দূর হবে না তো BGS করে BGS স্বপ্ন যাবে অনেক দূর হবে না তো BGS করে BGS স্বপ্ন যাবে অনেক দূর হবে না তো